Hello everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker. I'm finishing up the night before I go to sleep at 7 o'clock or so. And it's kind of too hot to sleep. This has been an activity-filled weekend for me. So first of all, I want to thank Break the Loop, a longtime fan who's been a great help to me in the past. Fan, friend, confidant. Um, Not so much confidant, just he's been really cool to me. He actually sent me money to watch American Movie, to rent it or buy it on Amazon Prime, and I haven't gotten around to it for like, I don't know, 3 months, maybe it was 8 months. I don't remember when he sent me the money for it, but I said okay, I'll watch it. Finally watched it today. Really glad I did. It was it was very funny. It was inspiring. It was hopelessly sad and depressing. It gave me anxiety. The one thing I really, really regret is I did not see this with a crowd in a theater. I know this would have killed in a theater. There are so many funny lines that I just know I can feel it. If there was a crowd around me, when you know other people are hearing the same things as you, it's like you have to acknowledge certain things and you have to acknowledge how funny a lot of these moments are. And I know I missed out on that because there was a certain point where it kind of flickered in my mind, like, oh, if there was an audience here, this would get laughs throughout the theater. And I'm pretty sure this did play at a theater, the Secret Movie Club, here sometime in the last year. Um, I'm sure it's played somewhere in LA in the last year, just because LA has all these, movie uh, movie houses, whatever, that play older movies. What the part that gave me the most anxiety, the pit in my stomach. There's this scene where Mark just the star, but the subject of the movie, who's desperately trying to make a horror film in Wisconsin, and he's broke, and he's got 3 kids. And when they said he had 3 kids, I'm like, oh my goodness, this guy is trying to do that, and he's working a crappy job, and like he's trying to make 2 movies, and he's got 3 kids. There's a scene where he's just going through all his bills, and he's like, yeah, I owe 10,000 some dollars to my dad, I owe like 3,000 to my mom or something, I owe these in taxes, this, I owe this money in child support. I'm like, oh my god, that is the most anxiety inducing, scary thought to me. It just immediately like stripped everything away to me and made me think of what it was like when I was living in my car, broke, no prospects, just making YouTube videos. And I was working on film sets and stuff, but never able to really get ahead. And then the pandemic hit, and of course I also got sick, and um, you know, things worked out so far, and thank goodness. But I don't even like thinking like, what would I have to do if I had to get a job again? It is so scary to me. I've had nightmares about it. I'm lucky I have a really good job. It pays well. I was able to just go out this weekend, do whatever I want. I went to the farmer's market twice and bought some nice stuff there. Well, that's a weird way of describing food, but I had healthy meals there. And man, I had an expensive tea today. I went to this like nice tea shop, like $9 or something for a little cup of tea like this. I had beet tea. I a little overdid it with the sweets today, but I rode my bike for like 4 or 5 hours this weekend, so did a bunch of exercise. I needed to put more food in me, and didn't eat the best quality food today. I had a little too many carbs, but so I just reduced the calories and didn't eat much the rest of the day. So I can sort of see it in my face too. I'm thinner. I know I'm thinner. I worked out so hard. My ribs are still recovering from a fall off my bike, a crash a few weeks ago, so I can't do all the workouts I want. I can't fully stretch. But anyways, things are good, and I worked out really hard, and I'm happy about that. So American Movie, yeah, great recommend. It's just, if I'm really glad I saw it. I always, my fear before I see a movie is, oh, it's going to be a waste of time. Sometimes it's not that they're a waste of time. It's like I don't want to finish the movie. It's just I'm not learning anything. It's dull. It's poorly. I feel like if I was just there, I could have told them, look, don't you see what you're doing? This doesn't make sense. Or you're just pointing the camera like you're, put the subject in the center of the frame, walk 10 feet back and hold the camera like this. Okay, done this shot, put the camera down. The next part of of the scene, go to different space, walk 10 feet away. Just everything looks the same, everything looks dull. stuff like that, it gives me such a headache. It hurts. I don't even want to see how the movie ends. Seriously, I've been upset when, I won't quite say upset, but yeah, it's really like bothered me when that happens. I try not to think that way about any movie because, you know, people are trying, they're working hard to make good movies, they're talented, they're skilled, but yeah, it's just some movies I'm like, I don't even want to see the end of this. And that's what I worry about, is if I watch a movie, could I better spend that time just writing? I did a lot of writing this weekend. I'm between classes right now. My next class starts Wednesday. And so even though I'm between classes, I kept doing assignments from my last class as practice. And I really learned a lot from it. I feel like that last week and a half I had really made a difference, to where it was almost like I was like a machine seeing exactly what I had to do. Not that I was getting them perfect, because I would sort of give myself reviews of everything with answering these questions we have about our own assignments. I realized, oh crap, this thing I tried to get across, it didn't come across clearly. You know, why does this character want this? Oh, it's never explained. What are they going to get if they accomplish this? Oh, I never clearly laid it out, even though it feels clear. So that's the stuff you got to watch out for. But anyways, I did that. I did a bunch more writing today. I actually finished typing out the script word for word of The Aviator, John Logan's script that he was writing for Michael Mann, then eventually Martin Scorsese directed it. I do that just as a learning exercise. It was great, and also I could see sort of the patterns running, like it was like running past my eyes, almost like I don't know, the slot machine or something. When I was reading through that, and I'm like, oh, this is what we did in class. Like a stamp was putting in here. Plug that in, plug that in, plug that in, and you're good to go. But yeah, so I watched American movie. I was really hoping to have time for another movie today, but I'm trying to go to sleep early. But yesterday, Saturday, I saw The Bicycle Thief, the Italian film. Holy crap, I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies already. Perfect. It's a perfect movie. Beautifully shot. Like, there's such energy to the camera. It's pushing in. It's so low budget. Everything feels so lived in and real. They got non-professional actors to play these parts. It's a classic film. I've seen it once before on TCM, but I was half paying attention. I kind of forgot it. And I couldn't as fully appreciate it as I can now. The main character, Ricci, in the Bicycle Thief, he's a dad. He's got a son who's like 7 or 8 years old, and he's got a little baby, and it's 1949 in Italy. There's lots of poverty. The country, you know, just got out of World War II and lost World War II. And he's desperate for work, and he's sort of waiting for this day labor. They're announcing jobs, and they're like, Ricci, like, we got a job for you. And everybody's desperate for work, but he gets it, and they say, do you have a bike? And he's like, well, I could have one in 3 or 4 days. Yes and no, you know, I have one. He's like, well, do you have it? You know, you need to have a bike for this position. He's like, all right, yes. And he's so happy for a job. He goes to his wife, tells her he's so excited, and nothing makes me connect with a character more than just being happy they got a job, because I know exactly what that's like, and struggling desperately to have work, because I know what that's like. And he's so happy, and he's even saying the words that have come out of my mouth, and I'm sure many other people, look, it's a good wage, and I'm going to get overtime too. I'm like, that's exactly how I felt about jobs, you know, having a good job finally now. And, you know, once I got it, it was like, you know, I would talk with my mom, and we were both basically saying, she was saying it to me, and I was like saying it to myself, hang on to this job for dear life. So anyways, he gets the job, and he's got to ride his bicycle around town to put up movie posters. He's got to glue them around. He's up on a ladder doing that, and somebody steals his bike, and it's hard. Oh my goodness, the whole audience. I could tell we were all like, you know, just devastated for this guy. It's heartbreaking. It's like he's losing his livelihood to support his wife and kids. Oh, it's so horrible. And it's just so exciting and well done how the movie plays out. He's searching for this bike the rest of the movie with his young son, and he's enlisting all his friends that he can, and he's desperate to find it before the weekend's up so he can go to work on Monday. Anyways, just such a powerful movie. I absolutely love it. It's such a well-known, famous film. You know, Martin Scorsese loves it. It's been screened on TCM. I'm sure people all over the world know it. Can't say enough about how wonderful this was, and how great it was to see it on an actual 35 millimeter print in a theater. That was wonderful. Anyway, so I saw that, did a bunch of bike riding, bunch of stuff. My neck burns so much, the back, from riding my bike. I put sunscreen on everywhere that's exposed when I'm riding my bike, but for some reason it's my neck that burns so much, and I put a bunch of sunscreen on it. But anyways, uh, original farmers market in LA, pretty cool place. Went there, and they got a lot of cool stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of celebrities and stuff out there. I see all these people with like perfect bodies, dressed nice, designer sunglasses, you know, men and women with just muscles on top of muscles there. But big deal. It's like, what, good for them. Like they're they're being their best selves. I mean, I don't know them, but at least as far as just trying to be. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with how anybody looks. I'm just saying, like, it stands out when somebody's so put together in a certain way. But anyways, it's cool being there, and just so much stuff I've been seeing around here that I never got to see in Virginia. Because the farmers markets there would usually be pretty small, in like a small little parking lot at a park, except for like the one at Courthouse in Arlington. But that was only like once a month. I was talking to my mom about it, and this place, it's open every day, so it's awesome. I went there early after I rode around my bike at the park and had breakfast there. Oh yeah, I went there 2 days. I went there Saturday and Sunday. So I was riding my ass off on the bike, doing a bunch of body weight squats. They really helped me pedal well. Bunch of bicep curls, because I can't really do anything triceps right now, or chest, with my rib injury. So I can't do push-ups, which sucks. I can't do burpees. Definitely can't do burpees. It's gonna mess up my ribs. I can't do like the shoulder raises anymore like this. After I had my shoulder impingement for like 5 months, it hurts my shoulders so bad. So that kind of sucks too. But it's like, whatever. There's plenty of other good exercises I can do. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, so that's not really an issue. And just trying to keep up my discipline about everything. Keep saving money, but not even worrying about the money. That doesn't make me a better person or anything. What I'm trying to do is focus on the writing, and I've really been trying to do that lately. And the next class starts tomorrow, Wednesday, so basically I have one more day of like, oh, I'm not going to work on another assignment tomorrow, so I'll have a day to, first of all, I will write something. Even if I'm just recopying out some of another script word for word. But I never ever want to go a day in my life without writing something, or even just writing just something for my own practice, whatever. And but at least tomorrow I should get a chance to watch another movie, so that'd be cool. I'm bouncing around in my seat. I'm so excited. Don't know if my mom's gonna really be able to visit now this summer. I'm kind of thinking no. It's gonna be so expensive, and also the COVID cases are going up in LA right now. Not that I'm terribly concerned about that, but it's like, do we want to spend like $3,000 for a trip now, or do we need to now, or is it worth it to wait? We can still have quality conversations, and she and I both know, because she does not want me to spend a bunch of money for her to have a trip here. I'm like, well, there's no way you can save the money to have a trip here. Or is it worth it for me to keep building my screenwriting skills, and when I get paid to write movies and direct movies and stuff, when I get that money where I'm like very comfortable with being able to have her travel here, or maybe I'll just send her on a bullet train if they make those. So that's going to take a long time for those to be built. I wish we had those. Hate flying. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but we're still talking about it. But increasingly, it's looking like no. She really does want to come. I think she'd have a lot of fun here. But I'm making good money, but you got to be rich to make it like viable, to like really rich to make it viable to have a trip across the country, stay in a hotel, to a city as expensive as LA, but really everywhere is expensive to stay. So anyways, but just trying to be in good shape. I've been losing weight steadily, and being healthy. Just keep working on the filmmaking. So anyone else has film recommendations, let me know. I'm on these other streaming sites. I'm looking at on my desktop. I got Canopy, which is California's library website, they have a ton of great films. In fact, that to me is better than Netflix in a lot of ways, because they have all these foreign films and classic films that I love watching. I saw the Japanese film Shoplifters there. I saw the film from Singapore. Wait, what's it called? Wet Season, which was wonderful. Trying to think what else. Oh, I was watching Eight and a Half, the Federico Fellini film. Finally, wonderfully inventive film, beautifully shot, and I was so dead tired I couldn't stay up and finish watching it. But I'll finish another time. But they have all these classic films. Oh, saw Love, Death, and Robots. That was awesome. Of course, David Fincher produced. I only wish it was longer, but I've seen all 3 seasons of it now. But yeah, let me know other recommendations for movies to watch, because like I love watching these and like understanding how they're working, and also just so much more meaningful in my life now, where I'm not in this horrible situation with my past episodes with depersonalization, derealization disorder, where I'm constantly struggling to feel connected to my body and to feel emotions and stuff. Now I'm like, I can really just experience these things. Writing is helping me, knowing how to deal with DPDR and just feeling connected to my body is helping me. So now I can actually experience this stuff, rather than before it was like this addiction where I needed it to feel okay, but it was constantly like inflaming all my senses and stuff and making me miserable and depressed. Now it's like I know how to put it in its place. And like I said, just writing, it's the most exciting thing to me, so that always helps. So anyways, I should go to sleep. It's hot, I'm sweating. But let me know your movie recommendations. The Bicycle Thief, I was going to say The Italian Job. It was an Italian job. It was an Italian movie. But The Bicycle Thief, you can find it free online, is an amazing, amazing film. I absolutely love it. So good. Not a dull second, not a dull moment. It's so incredible. This is a movie I know I will not get tired of watching. I don't have time to rewatch all the movies I like, or necessarily feel that I should rewatch them, but I feel like, am I just being self-indulgent watching this thing? This one, it's different. It's an experience, so really love it. And you can see the influence it had on Martin Scorsese, even the way the camera moves in it, and pushes in and dollies and stuff. It's so good, just as good as anything done today. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll keep you updated on what I'm doing. Stay tuned.